thank you for the role you're playing as a visionary and a leader in this area, and for feeling strongly enough about Long-Term Care Awareness Month to join us here this afternoon. There are many surveys out that prove that the denial for long-term care need and denial of planning. I can email you in numerous surveys. Just to listen to what the baby boomers think about their future, a brand new study was released just late in September by the NPR, Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, and Harvard School of Public Health. And it determined that a mere 14% of baby boomers predict their lives will be worse in retirement. 14% think their life will be worse. So 86% think their lives will be better in retirement. But 25% of the actual retirees say their lives are worse in retirement. And the unrealistic expectations continue. Less than a quarter of pre-retirees predict that their financial situation will be worse in retirement, but over a third of retirees say that their financial situation is worse. Similarly, only 11% of pre-retirees predict they'll be less able to travel, but 34% of the retirees who responded say they are less able to travel. And this last one really gets me. Only 13% of pre-retirees say their health will be worse in retirement. So they think their health is going to be better in retirement. I don't really understand. In reality, 39% of retirees responded that their health is actually worse. So what we see here is we have proof of our suspicions that a great many baby boomers live in a fantasy world where they're not going to get old, poor, or sick. And we actually also have evidence from a recent Urban Institute study that measured that only 10% of us own long-term care insurance. 10% of us that are over the age of 50 or 55. I don't remember which age they used. That's not enough. Too many evidently believe they won't need any long-term care or long-term care insurance. They might buy a big screen TV or partake in another form of instant gratification rather than setting an affordable amount of money aside and planning responsibly for long-term care. We had a new survey that just was released last week, and here's a quote from it. American workers are becoming more and more pessimistic about their retirement prospects, according to a new survey by Sun Life Financial. But those who have invested in annuities or whole long-term care insurance are decidedly more confident. Kevin, welcome.
Thank you.
Grab some lunch, Kevin. We know the truth. We know that according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, once you reach the age of 65, there's a 70% odds that any of us are going to need care at 65, and then as we age forward from 65, the 70% odds just keep increasing. And you add to that the breakdown and transition of traditional family structure, and you throw in the medical advances likely to happen and other unknown factors, and you just know that the need for long-term care is not going to diminish. Financially, in 10 years, 5 categories, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, Defense, and interest, are going to account for 3/4 of all national spending. According to the Center for Long-Term Care Reform, which is a wonderful think tank defending long-term care planning industry, the government money currently comprises 80% of every dollar spent for long-term care in the United States. Such continued spending is it's clearly unsustainable. We have a silver tsunami of long-term care that's about to hit. I predict there'll be a deluge of boomers needing long-term care perhaps 15 to 20 years from now. Now it's just the tip of the iceberg. Medicaid welfare, not the other government programs, currently pays for about 50% of long-term care in the U.S. Medicaid-funded long-term care is already the last place anybody would choose to receive long-term care. States are strapped for cash. Medicaid long-term care programs are suffering. And so what's the future of Medicaid? I personally don't want to find out firsthand. People who do responsible long-term care planning can normally avoid Medicaid and choose preferable options like encore caregivers, professional caretakers, and who else is here from a business or enterprise that accepts gives high quality private pay care? Well, if you want to avail yourself...
We're the only two in town.
But if you want to access high-quality care and have your dignity, options, and choices, you just simply need to plan responsibly for long-term care, and that's what Long-Term Care Awareness Month is about. All of us in this room see firsthand real-life examples just about on a daily basis, whether we have insurance or caregiving backgrounds. We see the harm that the lack of pre-planning for long-term care can cause. In addition to causing financial catastrophe, it can be physically stressful, cause unnecessary family strife and friction, and possible endangerment of the person needing care and or their loved ones, and all avoidable with responsible long-term care planning. This afternoon we have a complimentary group of like-minded people from the caregiving and insurance communities who are united and have come together for a common cause. You here today are not only planners, you are visionaries who are easily able to see the connection between lack of long-term care planning now and its calamitous effects in the future. You are also leaders. As such, I task you with taking your knowledge of the importance of long-term care planning with you to the communities you serve. Long-Term Care Awareness Month is an entirely grassroots effort. It has grown bigger in the 4 years since it was introduced in 2008. It was originally introduced by the American Association for Long-Term Care Planning in partnership with ALPHA, the Assisted Living Federation of America. But Long-Term Care Awareness Month is dependent on your outreach for its continued growth. What can you do to support Long-Term Care Awareness Month? You must continue to reach out and offer to educate the public, your colleagues, and your clients about the need for responsible long-term care planning. Expect your message to often fall upon deaf ears. Once in a while, it won't fall upon deaf ears. If you are sincere and impassioned, your efforts will be appreciated. Keep at it. You must keep at it. I'm about to finish my formal remarks. In the time that remains, I task you to talk with each other and make plans for 2012 Long-Term Care Awareness Month right now. To my fellow long-term care insurance specialists, thank you for your showing. I call on us to nurture and support each other to collaborate for the greater good. Schedule a Long-Term Care Awareness Month presentation or a presentation on the need for responsible long-term care planning any month of the year, not just November. We have long-term care awareness presentations that are suitable for your community, your clients, or your constituents. Please be thinking of ways to reach out to the public about this important issue.
For great information on long-term care insurance and background on me, please visit www.honeyleveen.com.